Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Signal Sportscast. I'm the host, Marco Alvarado, alongside the Signal intern,
Michael Bonifaccini.
And we're back with another banger of an episode for the Signal Sportscast. Today we're going to be talking about your beloved Houston Astros as they had handled up the series against the defending first place at the time. You know what I'm saying? At this time, Dallas Rangers with a 3-game series in their house. Then they've rounded out this homestand to head into the All-Star break, which we are in right now, against the Rockies, and another ALS matchup, the Seattle Mariners. We're also going to be talking about a couple draft picks that is currently in progress right now with the Astros, who they picked up, where they're from, and how we feel about them going into the Astros farm system. And also some Rockets Summer League action. The Summer League has finally kicked off with first-year players and a little bit of second-year players in the mix for the Rockets as they are playing in Las Vegas right now. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right into it. The Houston Astros last week were against the Dallas Rangers, as we should properly say. They had a 3-game skid up there in Dallas. Four game, that's right. Yeah,
I thought it was 3 right now.
I'm looking at my notes here. I forgot. 4-game skid against the Dallas Rangers. They went ahead and won Game 1, 5-3. Lost the second game, 2-5. Won the third game, 5-3. And won the fourth game, 12-11. Then they came back to Minute Maid Park to face the Colorado Rockies for 2 games. Ended up sweeping them in the 2-game series. 4-1 the first game, 6-4 the second game, and a 4-game skid against the AL West rival Seattle Mariners. 4 games here at Minute Maid. Lost Game 1, 1-5. Lost Game 2, 10-1. Won Game 3, 3-2, and lost the last game 3-1. So they ended up dropping the series against the Mariners, in which a series that they needed to win because the Astros are in second place, and they need all the wins they can get at this point.
I mean, we're just 2 games behind to taking the West again because these Rangers fans, they just keep saying the West is ours, the West is ours. What did Justin Verlander say last year when we won the West? The West is ours. So we need to take it for sure. I mean, we got one more series to go against with the Rangers for the season, and this will conclude who wins the Lone Star series. They won the first series, we won the second one, so we're tied. Just gotta get the third one, get that dub,
and get the silver boot back to Minute Maid.
Yep, because we want to keep it there.
So I want to go ahead and dive in on the Mariners. Series, the Rocky series. There really isn't much to talk about because it was,
The only thing I wanted to mention, I'm not surprised that we beat them because they are one of the worst teams right now.
Exactly my point.
They have been for the past couple of years, but I'm just really surprised we didn't score more than what we used to last year. Because Game 1 was 4-1, Game 2 was 6-4, and really surprised that we allowed them to get that many runs on Game 2.
Granted, the Astros are still going through some key injuries at the moment, which is annoying, but at the same time, it's sports, it's going to happen. It kind of plays a factor into this, but other than that, I feel like the bats have been really inconsistent.
Yeah. Without Yordan Alvarez, team is looking good. Imagine if we didn't have him. If the Dodgers kept him all those years ago, if we wouldn't have him, we'd still be good enough. Just no Alvarez, we would have a different hitter. Probably could be Corey Jokes replacing him the entire time.
That's true. So now we go into the 4-game series against the Mariners. The series that the Astros dropped 3-1. If it wasn't for Martín Maldonado's home run in the 8th inning on national television in the 3rd game, how would we feel about the Astros handling business against the Mariners? Because, again, the Mariners I don't think they would make the playoffs if they were to start this year. Or if the playoffs were to start today, the Mariners would probably not make it.
So they did MLB or Fox, I can't remember who it was, but I did see it this morning. And they put it where, let's say we're already there. Wild card is announced for both teams. Who's going to the ALDS, all that. The Mariners weren't there.
The Mariners were not.
We were actually, if it's, the postseason starts now, we will go against the Cleveland Guardians. I can't remember on the top of my head who else was there. I do have it on me. It's Baltimore and Blue Jays in the wild card as well. And the ALDS is the Rangers, of course, against Tampa Bay, or Tampa Bay is in there too, but whoever wins in the wild card goes against them. I don't see either of those teams though going to the World Series from the way that they are doing now, because I mean Tampa Bay has just lost like 6 games in a row apparently, so they're going down. The Rangers have been losing recently to.
They're on a 2-game losing streak, and they, I think they took the L against the Nationals.
No, it was the Red Sox, I think.
No, they played the Nationals yesterday, though.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I did not know that, but I know that the Red Sox, I was thanking them, because even though they are an opposing team, I'm glad that they beat them, because that will put us even more on the top. Even if we're losing, we'll still be at a good advantage of just being 2 games behind them.
So here at the All-Star break, here are the current standings in the American League West. The Rangers are up with a 52-39 record. Right behind them is the Astros, 2 games back of first place with a 50-41 record. Then in third place you have the Seattle Mariners. They're 45-44. The Angels are going to be right behind them, 45-46, and the Oakland A's 25-67.
And it's going to stay like that with the Oakland A's. They are not going to. I'm going to predict it right now that they might not even make it to 40 wins. It will be a miracle if they make it to 40 wins by the end of the season. Is there any
other league we should mention, like the AL East or the AL Central possibly?
In the East, really, I'm super, super surprised about the Yankees.
I'm not.
How they're in 4th place in the American East.
I'm not.
They just haven't been doing good.
I'm not.
You're not?
No.
I am. Because they usually are top in the East.
This just goes to prove a point that's been said for many years. The Astros are just the superior team.
I mean, we own them.
Exactly.
We own them.
Exactly. They won at Houston and they got Houston.
Altuve
Moving on.
Just like how Alvarez owns Seattle Mariners.
Moving on. The AL Central? Oh, my gosh.
That one, so my
you got a 500 team in first place.
My best friend Spencer, he is a Guardians fan. He lives, of course, in Ohio, and he just went to his first Guardians game.
Oh, wow.
So for his birthday, I was able to send him and his girlfriend to a game. And I was literally talking to him about this, that I am really surprised that the American League Central is just doing so bad, especially both the Guardians and the Twins. I'm not surprised about the Tigers. I'm not surprised about the White Sox nor the Royals.
I'm kind of surprised about the White Sox.
Well, I mean, they did lose Jose Abreu, but he hasn't been doing good since
my point exactly
2020, I'm guessing. I can't remember what year it was. But, I mean, even Tim Anderson, he doesn't have any home runs. From what I've heard, he has no home runs. And we are, almost 100 games.
Yeah, we're at the halfway point already for the season.
So
I feel like this season just overall has been very weird.
Yeah, I will have to agree with that, because going
back to the National League, look who's in. There's a tie in first place right now in the NL West between Los Angeles, the Dodgers, and the Diamondbacks, out of all people.
To me, it doesn't show. It shows Dodgers are back in first place.
Yeah, it's a tie. I have it right here. 51. They're 51-38, 52-39.
Yeah, but their PCT is higher. The Dodgers.
That's only, but they're still.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. So, I would say
that's probably the only reason why the Dodgers are in first place of the West at the moment. But game back percentage and everything, because at the end of the day, it goes by game backs.
But even then, the Dodgers haven't been doing amazing this year. They are the exact same thing as the Yankees. Someone made a meme about the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Astros, because those 3 teams are the best teams for the past 7 years, I will say. And someone memed it and saying, "What the heck is going on with y'all 3?" And they're all the Astros said, "Well, we don't have Alvarez." The Dodgers saying, or not the Dodgers, the Yankees are saying, "All our pitchers are hurt." Well, that's because your pitching staff sucks. They're getting hurt because you're not training them properly. And the Dodgers, I don't know what's going on with them. They had no excuse, but they're just sucking overall.
It sounds like a personal problem for me. Let's be honest with you. But the Astros do have a chance to get back into the American League West, first place.
Yeah.
At least. They do have a chance. They're only 2 games back. It only takes 2 wins and 2 losses for the Rangers on the same day to go.
And wouldn't that put us in the number 2 spot, all in the American League, or all in the American League?
Yes.
Because Tampa Bay is still in first place.
Yep.
And then the Texas Rangers.
No.
I even have it.
It wouldn't. The second best team in the AL is the Orioles.
Wow. Okay. So I'm really wrong. So we need to catch up to a couple. Even fine. The Blue Jays, but I mean they're not. We're tied with the Blue Jays actually.
Yeah. So a lot can change, and going forward, because again we have the home run derby tonight, All-Star game tomorrow at this very recording. A lot can change whenever everything's back to reality.
True.
Come the resume of the baseball season. I just feel like yesterday I was back at Minute Maid for opening day, man. It was crazy. It's everything is such a blur right now as far as time and games and everything. Because I've been to Minute Maid for a couple of games this past season, or a couple, but
I've been to a lot more.
Yeah, I've been to a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I've been to a lot of games this season.
Shout out to Student Beans.
But just in case the people don't have time to go out there, man, make some time to go out to Minute Maid. You will not regret it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Go get the World Series rings. That's an awesome thing to collect, at least.
Yeah, that's true. I got a couple.
I have a lot. I'm calling myself Thanos. A whole hand filled.
Should I worry about that?
I'm poor, dude. I'm a college student.
Anything else you want to say about the Houston Astros?
To be honest, the only thing that's in my mind, just because it is close to the deadline, the trade season.
That's right.
It's already come up. And it's like how we were talking about it way before the recording. I'm still thinking that, we're not going to be trading any prospects. I don't think we're going to include in the package anyone from Sugarland, Corpus Christi, from Single A, none of them. I think all of them are going to go from the majors, and I think those people will be Jake Myers and our hometown guy.
Corey Jolks?
Corey Jolks, yeah.
You thinking the Astros are going to move Corey Jolks?
It's a potential.
No, sir. I don't think so.
With Maldonado in there.
Corey Jolks is staying here.
I don't know about that one.
Did you see what he did in the homestand? Did you see his batting thing?
Yeah, but
he's like a plus 500.
I feel like the Astros just need veteran hitters right now.
Bring
me rookie pitchers that are amazing or have had a few years of experience. And then bring me veteran hitters.
You want to get rid of Jokes?
I will get rid of Jokes. If I was a general manager,
no, sir.
I will get rid of Jokes.
No, sir.
Put in Jake Myers in that package with Maldonado.
This past homestand, he batted .529. 9 hits, 2 second base hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. And you want to get rid of that?
To try to get back on track to go to the World Series again, back to back?
I don't know about moving Jolks. I'd move around some other people, but not Jolks at the moment.
I keep hearing Chas McCormick it's rumored to be in there. I don't want to get rid of him.
But look, if we're being honest here, you know who's really going to be good assets in the trade market?
Who?
I'm not saying they're going to get traded, but they're probably going to be, ringing a few ears. Mauricio Dubon, Martin Maldonado, Chas McCormick, and Jake Myers. Those are the 4 people that are going to be active in the talks. How much you want to bet?
Those used to be the people that sucked last year.
And how much you want to bet?
And I'm hoping that they don't get rid of Doobie. I hope they don't get rid of Chaz because, they're amazing, and we need Doobie there.
How much do you want to bet that they are going to be baited in the trade talks?
I will give you my my Lance McCullers Jr. ring.
Hot take. I think they should get rid of Lance.
That's another one that I did hear about, and I'll be honest, instead of trading him, don't make him a starter anymore. Put him as a closer. He has that fire potential in the throw, but he does not.
Ryan Presley's not a closer in my eyes.
Even on MLB the show for 23, I had Ryan Presley and Lance McCullers Jr. Of course, I had Lance McCullers as my starter, but Ryan Presley, I didn't even have him as a closer. I had him as a relief pitcher.
Yeah, that's what he is. He is a relief pitcher.
I think Ryan Presley should be moved up instead of saving games. Bring even Abreu down as a closer. Abreu would be an amazing closer. He did amazing last year.
He did.
He did it in the World Series. The best he's ever done. Even Montero, but of course, Montero is not bringing that potential from last year. Same thing as last year. He's, in my opinion, our worst reliever right now.
When the numbers, stack that against them. Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
who knows?
Again,
this is it. We're at the All-Star break. Things can look, things could change from this moment on until this recording gets public versus 2 weeks from now.
I just want to end the conversation. Corey jokes. That's all.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
No.
Corey jokes.
No.
Even though he's our homeboy, like
no.
he is we're in Clear Lake.
No.
We are in his hometown right now.
No.
He can. I just don't see him as an Astros for the rest of his life. I do. I do.
Whether you like it or not, he's not going to get traded. I personally do not see him getting traded. Personally.
You know who I see leaving the Astros?
Who?
I'm sorry, but I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Alex Bregman.
It's possible. I wouldn't be surprised.
I am certain that he has a potential of going to the Mets.
The Mets?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
a hot take.
Because, I mean, the Mets, dude. Like, the Mets are the one team that wasted so much, millions of dollars. And they still can't, they just can't do nothing right.
So after this All-Star break, the Astros are going to be going up against the Angels over there in Los Angeles and Anaheim. Then they go to Colorado for 2 games, and then they go back to Cali to go face the Oakland A's for 1, 2,
back-to-back
3,
sweep.
4, 5. 5-game series?
Yep.
4-game series. Yeah, 4 games. I don't know why I said 5.
We are going to go back-to-back sweeping Colorado and Oakland A's.
Okay. And then they come back to Minute Maid to face the Dallas Rangers for the last series of this season.
I'm excited because I'm going to that game.
And Tampa Bay comes into town alongside Cleveland. Then the Astros hit the road for 4 games in the Bronx against the New York Yankees.
I really want to go to a Yankees game at their stadium.
Yeah, same here.
But I'm scared to be.
I'm not scared.
I'm scared to be bullied over there.
I'm not scared.
Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, but
I mean, you're taller.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid.
I feel like they're gonna be scared of you. I'm
not afraid.
I'm shorter, so
it's fine. But what can they possibly say or do? They got swept. They got their business handled to them in their own house.
They wanted Houston,
and they got Houston,
and they got them.
Case closed.
Yep,
that's all it is.
You're right.
All right. Well, Michael, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
For this Astro segment, I really do appreciate the time and effort. I really do. Now, here to talk about the Rockets and Texans news, we're going to bring in the Signal intern, Darius Childs. Darius Childs, how we doing?
Doing great. Glad to be on another episode once again. How we feeling?
Oh, man, we're all right, brother. We're all right.
Cool.
So let's go ahead and tap in with this Houston Rockets action that we have here in the Summer League. The Houston Rockets opened up the Summer League the other day against the Portland Trail Blazers. They won that game 100-99, down to the wire game. You know, it's something you got to like going on in the summer. You know, nothing beats Summer League ball to me, apparently.
Right.
It's,
rookies are showing out.
Rookies and second-year players are also showing out as well. Then a couple days later, they had a game against the Detroit Pistons. 113-101, that's a win. So now the Rockets are 2-0 in the Summer League right now.
Hey, they're trending in the right direction. I said it time and time again. You know, it's the same thing with all 3 teams: the Astros, the Texans, you know, the Rockets. Like, you know, rebuilding, getting back to those contending, you know, spots, that conversation, you know, like those turning out to be one of those sleeper teams, you know, these bits and pieces that the Rockets are getting during the off season and during the draft. You know, they signed Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet. Some people have mixed feelings about that, but in my opinion, I just view it as, you know, they're getting pieces. Like anything helps. Anything helps. Anybody helps, you know. And it's depth. It adds depth. And I feel like they really can go somewhere with this, especially the rookies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Amin Thompson in there, and then
Cam Whitmore.
Yeah, him too. Which was a steal, you know, because people, you know, they had their concerns. Now you add that with Jabari Smith, you add that in with Jalen Green. You know, it's just like, bro, it's coming. The depth chart is coming together. So I feel like Rockets are definitely they're trending in the right direction. You know, so it may take a couple seasons or something, but like, the ultimate goal is that they're going to be back in that playoff team,
playoff picture.
Yeah, the playoff picture, and they're going to be that playoff team again, and maybe be contending. You know, soon.
Now, I like how you brought up the Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet deal. Fred VanVleet was an unrestricted free agent who went ahead and signed with the Rockets, but the Dylan Brooks contract, I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks to Houston was a 5-team trade. So here's what the Rockets received. Rockets received Brooks, Alpha Kaba, and 2 second-round picks via Los Angeles. The Memphis Grizzlies received Josh Christopher. The Atlanta Hawks received Usman Garuba, Ty Washington Jr., 2 future-round picks, second-round picks, I should say. The Clippers received KJ Martin Jr., and the Thunder received Patty Mills and 3 second-round picks from Houston. So for a little bit, Patty Mills was acquired, but was then traded to and from the Rockets, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's now with OKC, but the Rockets had Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet on their radar, and they got him.
Yeah, I just feel like that was so weird, with Patty Mills. Like that was so weird. I felt like he had 1 foot through the door and then was already traded. Like he had 1 foot through the door of the facility and then already traded, or just like booking his flight to Houston, already traded. It's like, okay. But yeah, Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet, I feel like, okay, I hear Dylan Brooks, I hear this a lot, and I've been seeing it myself, him playing with the Grizzlies. It's like, he's a dog. Like, when it comes to being in the paint, he's a dog.
Defense.
Yeah.
He's a defensive menace, and I love that.
Yeah. Like, this dude, he be putting on the clamps for real. Like,
yeah,
it's really hard. It's really hard to get around. He's a defensive
player.
Yeah.
He's a defensive player.
Yep.
So this was so again, going back to the offseason additions for the Rockets thus far. Fred VanVleet, 3-year, $130 million, max contract deal. Dylan Brooks, 4-year, $80 million, descending contract. They also signed John Landale from the Phoenix Suns, 4-year, $32 million deal, 1 year guaranteed, and then of course Patty Mills, but then was traded. So good additions. John Landale, shooter. That's literally what he is, just straight shooter. Dylan Brooks, obviously we all know what he's on. And then Fred VanVleet, that's just another veteran point guard that the Rockets desperately needed. In my opinion, the Rockets need another big man just to help bruise, rebound, and just just help on the boards, really. And his offensive power would be pretty good too. Anything else you want to say about the Rockets?
If you could give a letter grade, what would, like, on these new additions, these new signings, what would they be?
I'd have to wait on it a little bit.
Okay.
Because we're not.
You got to see them play.
Well, not that. It's just we're still in the off season technically.
Right.
So stuff can still change.
Yeah.
Stuff can happen.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Yep.
Let's move on to the Texans. You said you saw some stuff going on with the Texans?
Yeah. So with the Texans this past weekend, so. I went on Friday. Clyde Drexler. So this is with the Rockets and the Texans as well. So Houston Rockets legend Clyde Drexler. He was at Baybrook Malls, Dick's Sporting Goods, signing autographs, taking pictures. I got an autograph and a picture with him. I talked to him for a bit. As you could see in the video, he looks good. And He was a very chill dude, but I asked him, what was your most memorable moment? And he gave me an interesting answer. I said, what was your most memorable moment in the NBA? He said, making the team. Then everything else went downhill from there. I was like, winning a championship? That wasn't memorable, but he said everything else went downhill from there. He said, you got to make the team. Like that's you just got to make the team first. And I was like, I'm glad I was a football and track guy, because this NBA, man, making it to the NBA, this man, like that basketball is definitely harder than it looks. I'm definitely not a basketball guy, but moving on with the Texans. So JJ Watt was at the Katy location of Dick's Sporting Goods, signing autographs and taking pictures, talking to the people. You already know the line was out the door and around the corner. Everyone loves when a Houston legend comes back and visits. So that was pretty fun. And CJ Stroud yesterday was at Dick's Sporting Goods at Baybrook Mall's location. So the new face of the Texans. He he's also very cool, very humble dude. Can't wait to work, get in here and be the new face of the Texans and try and get them back to the playoff, being that playoff contending team, you know. So I'm excited, like I said, for these new additions between the Rockets and the Texans. I can't wait till the season starts. Football season's right around the corner, you know. August 2nd, you have the Hall of Fame game. Excuse me. You have the Hall of Fame game August 2nd, and then after that, preseason starts first week, August 12th, and yeah, we really gonna see these rookies get after it.
Can't wait to see that. Training camp here pretty soon.
Yep.
Football season's right around the corner, y'all. Anything else you want to say about the Texans?
I'm so eager to just get to the season already. Their training camp is right around the corner coming up here next week. So we'll be able to see the scrimmage, you know, in the app. You'll be able to see videos of it. People, analysts, they're obviously going to be talking about it. Training camp is always free. You know, you just got to wake up and just be there. First come, first serve with the seats, and just watch your Houston Texans ball out in practice and in the scrimmage, and see these new additions, possibly get some autographs, talk to the guys, maybe even meet some famous reporters, you know. But yeah, it's always a good time come training camp.
Can't wait for that either. Well, this has been the Signal Sportscast. Get active with us on social media. You can find us everywhere at UACO The Signal, and get active with us, man. We'd like to hear your feedback. I'm the host, Marco Alvarado.
I'm Darius Childs.
This has been the Signal Sportscast.